Welcome to the Maryland State Police College Park Barrack. We're here this afternoon with a very important update regarding the investigation into 3 separate shootings that recently occurred in Prince George's County. Please be aware this is still an ongoing investigation, so information is still limited, but we will try to answer your questions after our program this afternoon. You will hear first from our Superintendent, Colonel Michael A. Jackson, followed by Prince George's County Executive Aisha Braveboy, and by Prince George's County Police Chief George Nader. To my right, I'd like to introduce you to our Lieutenant Colonel Kenny Brown, who is the Chief of our Criminal Investigation Bureau with the Maryland State Police. To his right is Major Andy Johnson, Assistant Bureau Chief for the Criminal Investigation Bureau, and Captain Brian Smith, who's our Washington Metro Troop Commander. I'd like to begin by introducing you to the Maryland State Police Superintendent, Colonel Michael A. Jackson.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today for this important briefing. Let me start by saying that we are very proud to be standing here in Prince George's County, my home, here at the College Park Barrack. Just for the record, this barrack is one of 2 that's located here in Prince George's County. Of the 23 barracks that the Maryland State Police have across the state of Maryland, currently Forestville and College Park are bunking together here as we are waiting for the reopening of Forestville. Rebuilding, not reopening. All right, good afternoon. Starting late Monday night on March 16th, the Maryland State Police began investigating 3 reported shootings here in Prince George's County. Such violent acts on our highways jeopardize the lives of our public and understandably cause concern across our communities. Along with our allied partners, I'm proud to announce that as a result of investigative work, relentless follow-up, and coordination, we have identified, arrested, and charged a suspect in connection with all 3 of these events. The first incident occurred on Monday at 10:35 p.m. on Maryland Route 5 at Allentown Road. A motorist traveling in the area called police to report their vehicle had been struck by gunfire. The second incident occurred roughly 5 minutes later. A family of 3, of mother, a father, and a young child were traveling north on Route 5 when they took the exit ramp to I-495 North. As they were driving on the ramp, an armed man exited his vehicle that was parked on their shoulder and fired multiple rounds at the family's vehicle. The family fled to a safe location and called the Maryland State Police for help. The third incident occurred shortly after 1:30 a.m. on Tuesday morning on I-495 in the area of Ardmore-Ardwick Road. A motorist reported to police that he was shot. A bullet had gone through his vehicle and struck him in the leg. The gentleman drove himself to a local hospital for treatment. Investigators followed. We are extremely fortunate that no lives were lost, as these incidents could have undoubtedly ended much differently. Although, having said that, the outcome does not diminish how dangerous and callous these situations truly were. From the moment these incidents were reported, our troopers and crime scene technicians moved quickly to secure and process the scenes, to protect the public, and to begin the investigations. We understood the urgency and acted without hesitation. We issued an alert to all of our surrounding jurisdictions and deployed additional troopers to the county to increase police presence. Due to the tireless efforts of our investigators assigned to the Maryland State Police Homicide Unit, Highway Gun Crimes Initiative, and Criminal Enforcement Division, we were able to identify and eventually locate the suspect a Mr. Kendrick Lamont Savoy, 44 years of age, of Lothian, Maryland. Mr. Savoy was apprehended as a result of the diligent work on a traffic stop by our Prince George's County Police. You will hear from them a little later. The traffic stop took place at approximately 2 p.m. on Tuesday. Let me stress this to you, ladies and gentlemen. Today we stand here to talk about not only this heinous act, but more importantly, the work that we are doing together with our partners. This arrest of this suspect occurred roughly 16 hours after those 3 incidents. That's great work, great diligent effort by our partners. As a result of a search warrant written by our investigators, 2 handguns were located in the vehicle during the traffic stop. Mr. Savoy was taken into custody. He's been charged with 5 counts of attempted murder along with subsequent charges. He is currently being held without bond in the Prince George's County Detention Center. This arrest was not the result of chance. It was the outcome of long hours of methodical police work and a shared commitment to protecting our community. The safety of the public is our highest priority. When that safety is threatened, we act quickly and decisively. Let this arrest send a clear message. Those who endanger our community will be identified, pursued, and held accountable. Thank you to all of our allied partners, our police department here in Prince George's County, our state's attorney's office, the FBI and ATF for all of your assistance. And I'd like to take a moment, personal privilege, to thank the hard work and diligence of the Maryland State Police investigators and our technicians and folks who are working at our labs. Without their work and diligence, we would not be standing here at this moment. So I want to thank you, and I want to turn you over to the County Executive of Prince George's County, Ms. Aisha Brayboy.
Thank you, Mr. Superintendent. First, let me thank you for your partnership
Yes, ma'am.
and your commitment to public safety, not only across the state of Maryland, but especially here in your hometown, Prince
Yes, ma'am.
George's County. Yesterday's shooting spree on the Capitol Beltway was deeply disturbing. I want to reassure our residents that the suspect was swiftly apprehended right here in Prince George's County, thanks to the quick and coordinated actions of our law enforcement officers. The state did a phenomenal job of investigating this case, and of course you'll hear from our chief very shortly. We partner. We act really as one agency when we are protecting the public. We have one mission, and that is to ensure that there's public safety here in Prince George's County. And when someone violates that, our job collectively is to hold them accountable. And that's what was done very swiftly, quickly yesterday in Prince George's County. And let me be clear, we have zero tolerance for this kind of violence. Anyone who puts lives at risk will be held fully accountable, and I am certain that our state's attorney's office will handle this case with care. At this time, there is no ongoing threat to the public. We are continuing to work closely with our regional partners to ensure the safety of everyone in our community. Public safety remains my top priority, and we will continue to take strong, proactive steps to prevent violence and to protect our residents. I also want to say that my heart goes out to all of the victims in yesterday's just horrific occurrences. The individual who was struck is in stable condition and was released, and so we're very satisfied that that individual is not facing a life-threatening, injury, but it is life-altering. It is life-altering, not just for the individual who was struck, but those who were victims that day. And so our heart goes out to them. We will continue to offer them services and support as this case moves forward. And now I will turn it over to the Chief of Police for Prince George's County, Chief George Nader.
Good afternoon. I think this is just another example of what collaboration between law enforcement looks like in the state of Maryland and in Prince George's County. Almost immediately, Prince George's County Police Department and Maryland State Police started working together. We had officers from our Homeland Security Division, detectives from our Gun Crimes Unit immediately responded to Maryland State Police command post right here at the College Parks Barrack, and we started connecting dots. This individual is no stranger to law enforcement. You'll come to find that out as you do your research on him. But the swift apprehension is what's highlighted here and what you've heard today. I saw interviews that you all did in our communities where our communities didn't feel safe because of the randomness of this, and that's what brought fear. Well, now they can feel safe because this individual is quickly apprehended, and that's what we do, and that's what it does when we work together as law enforcement. The information not only being held within one department or within one unit, but what solved this case and what made it such a quick apprehension is the collaborative work between the two organizations. Law enforcement oftentimes is a thankless job, and our members can feel that it's a thankless job, but that's not today. Because today, I'm going to thank the officer who knew he was going into a dangerous situation, knew he was encountering an individual that already shot at 3 people randomly, and knew he was encountering someone that was possibly armed. Officer Kelsick from District 4, thank you for keeping us safe. Thank you for a job well done. And thank you for serving and putting service over self. We appreciate that service, and the community appreciates it. And we all rest easy at night knowing that we have officers like you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and from this organization, and from the residents of Prince George's County. So with that, I will turn it back over to Maryland State Police, who I believe is going to take a couple questions.
Great job, Rudy.
We'll now open it up for a few questions.
Hi there, it's Tisha Lutz from Fox 5. I just want to ask how you all were able to connect the suspect to the 3 shootings that took place by the Beltway.
This is still an ongoing investigation, but we have some incredible folks in both agencies that work tirelessly to ensure that our communities remain safe. Each and every incident that occurs throughout our careers in law enforcement, they never go away. We keep them, we store that information, and we use those as roadmaps to address concerns as they come about. Again, as the chief mentioned, you will find out in your investigation that this gentleman is no stranger to law enforcement. And it's very unfortunate incidents, and this is an ongoing investigation. We can't go any further, but it was great police work and collaborative effort of intelligence.
Alexis Wainwright with WUSA 9. I know you mentioned that there were concerns from residents that this suspect has been arrested, but what do you say to those who are still concerned and those who are asking for a heavier police presence on the highway?
We're going to give them just that. Today is actually another opportunity for us to ensure our public here in Prince George's County, as well as we have jurisdiction across the state. But I mentioned early on there are 2 barracks in this county. There are 23 across the state. There's a uniqueness there. There's a uniqueness there and an opportunity there. I've had the pleasure of serving in law enforcement throughout my career in Prince George's County. That relationship between the Maryland State Police and the Prince George's County Police and the multiple agencies we have here is never going to look better than you'll see going forward. So that's an assurance.
Question about the rarity of this type of crime. I talked with your spokespeople about sometimes we'll hear about people brandishing a weapon in a road rage incident. How unusual is it that someone was apparently targeting moving cars as they pass by a given point?
That is rare, and we're hoping that is beyond rare, that we don't encounter that. Remember, the first 2 incidents occurred within 5 minutes. A gentleman moved from less than 1 mile away from Allentown Road and Route 5 down to the ramp. He exited his vehicle. We have no idea what was going on in his mind. Roughly a couple of hours later, he's up further up the Beltway. So very rare. But I'd be remiss if I didn't thank our public for having confidence, not just driving home and never reporting the incident, but having the confidence in law enforcement and making that call. And so we believe those good works on our behalf will spread, so folks will see that there is a robust, swift action taken when incidents such as this are reported. So.
Brady Bass with DC News.
This guy, 2015 carjacking, Greenbelt, looks like he served time, got out fairly recently. You mentioned that he has a history. State police still have 2 unsolved roadway shootings. Any chance that this guy's being looked at?
Everyone's a suspect. Absolutely, he certainly is one of them that we are looking at. Absolutely, yes, sir. Absolutely. Your question was: is there any chance that he is a suspect in those shootings? Yes, absolutely. That investigation is still ongoing for those 2 incidents that are unsolved. Absolutely.
You said he's a suspect in those now?
Everyone is a suspect. We are investigating this matter. Our investigators are hard on that. And as a matter of fact, the reason I couldn't answer a lot of the questions or go further into the questions because we're still investigating. There's a huge timeline between the second incident and the third incident where we had 2 incidents in less than 5 minutes. So we're still investigating a lot of things.
Brady Bass
Yes,
with
ma'am.
DC News. Now, you thanked the FBI and the ATF. What role, if any, did they have in this investigation?
From an intelligence standpoint, the Maryland State Police Forensics Lab actually uses systems from the ATF as we are gathering information. I have my Lieutenant Colonel here from our Criminal Investigations Division, Kenny Brown, if you'd like to speak further to that. But those are our partners. Those are resources for information. Databases are collected. We pride ourselves in sharing information. Many of us have served for years where that wasn't a commonplace thing, where they are now. So,
Thank you very
anyone else?
much.
Thank you all very much.